from New Hanover County Schools Television, powered by students. This is your school news.
Welcome to your school news for the weeks of April 18th through May 1st of 2016. I'm Gabrielle Allen de Trois-Maisons.
And I'm Leah Schwagel. Topping our newscast this week, North Carolina Department of Public Instruction kicked off their public comment session for ESSA. Original members of the Greensboro 4 gives Murray students a lesson in civil rights, and April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month.
Topping our newscast this week is the public comment section that kicked off the Department of Public Education's K-12 education planning for the new Every Student Succeeds Act. The event was held at the Minnie Evans Art Center, and YSN reporter Stephen Thornton has the report.
The Every Student Succeeds Act is the new federal education law approved in December 2015 to replace No Child Left Behind. States are required to develop their own ESSA plan to comply with the federal law. The state plan will address issues of school accountability, student assessments, support for struggling schools, and other elements. During the session, public input was sought by the NC Department of Public Instruction staff to help guide development to the state's plan for complying with the new federal education law, a reauthorization of the 1965 Elementary and Secondary Education Act.
And so we look at this night as an opportunity to hear from the public what are those things that they think are important that we, as we put together our plan, can keep in mind and include as much of the comments and suggestions that the state board deems appropriate for us to be putting in that plan.
At the public session, comments were sought in response to the questions, what are the public expectations from North Carolina's public schools, what school characteristics are the most important, and how should school success be measured? The new law continues to focus on accountability and student-level assessments for all students in reading and mathematics in grades 3 through 8, science assessments at least once in the elementary grades and at least once in the middle grades, college and career readiness in the high school grades, and being accountable for all student subgroups. The state's accountability plan must include goals for academic indicators and a measure of school quality and student success. Participation rates on the assessments must also be included in the plan. Those who could not attend the public session can leave comments on the Department of Public Instruction's website under the Let's Talk icon. Reporting for Your School News, this is Stephen Thornton.
Murray Middle students got to understand the civil rights movement through the eyes of an activist when Mr. Joseph Alfred McNeil visited the school. Mr. McNeil was one of the original Greensboro 4. The 4 A&T freshmen who started the first sit-in in Greensboro, North Carolina at the F&W Woolworth store. This was one of many nonviolent protests used by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that sparked change in the heights of the civil rights movement during the 50s and 60s. McNeil was born in Wilmington and graduated from Williston Senior High in 1959. He enrolled into North Carolina A&T with a full scholarship and would later graduate in 1963 while in the ROTC and with degrees in engineering physics. McNeil served in the Air Force and retired from the reserves in 2000, and 2 years later would retire from his position as head of the Eastern Region Flight Standards Division with the FAA. McNeil kept himself involved with many community groups and participated in civic activities in Hampstead, New York. After his retirement, he visited schools and communities and talks about helping others and giving back. The Murray students came out knowing a bit more about history and helping their friends and neighbors.
Julia Koff and Juan Lea Song, students at Ashley High School, both received the National Silver Medal in the 2016 Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. This past fall and winter, students across the country and from places abroad submitted approximately 320,000 works of art and writing to the 2016 Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. Nearly 18,000 works earned regional gold keys and advanced to New York City for national adjudication. Julia's and Leia's gold key artwork were two of just 2,400 pieces that received national medals.
April is officially Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, it's a serious and growing problem. More than 3,000 people were killed due to distracted driving while in 2014. Nearly 425,000 were injured, an increase from 2013. At any given daylight time, 6 60,000 are using their cell phones. Those under 20 are the biggest risk on the roads, and a quarter of teens respond to texts once or more every time they drive.
Mason English, a 6th grade student at Holly Shelter Middle School, recently won the local Barnes & Noble My Favorite Teacher writing contest for middle and high school students. He wrote his entry about his favorite teacher, Miss Amanda Leuenberg, pictured here with Mason. Mason is a 5th grade teacher at Blair Elementary School. I think Miss Leuenberg should win Teacher of the Year, as I know she is the best teacher in the world, wrote Mason in his essay. I am thankful that Miss Leuenberg was my teacher. Not only did I learn Common Core, but I learned how to be kind, patient, and have fun learning. Mason was recognized at the Barnes & Noble at Mayfair during a special ceremony earlier in the month.
Miss Hill's 3rd grade class at Ogden Elementary participated in a mystery Skype with the Wyoming State Museum today. After guessing the location of their mystery Skype using geographical clues, the students enjoyed a private tour by the curator. During their virtual visit, students were able to explore the Wild Bunch Gallery and view pronghorn antelope, falcons, and other prairie wildlife. Swamped with Coal provided them with an opportunity to discover the importance of Wyoming's mineral resources. In RIP's Rexon pieces, students came virtually face-to-face with a full-size Comptosaurus skeleton, one of the first dinosaurs found in Wyoming. And in Drawn to This Land, they found out how and why people come to Wyoming, from 12,000 years ago to the present. It was an exciting opportunity for the Ogden students.
Superintendents from across the state gathered in Wilmington for their annual conference on educational leadership. During the event, the superintendents held a press conference, hosted by New Hanover County Schools' Superintendent Dr. Markley. The press event focused on NCASA legislative priorities for 2016, which include increased compensation for all educators, school performance grades, investment of adequate resources in North Carolina public schools, accountability in school choice options, and regulatory reform. They also released the updated NC Guide to Strengthening Our Public Schools, which outlines their long-range goals for education. This was the first of several press conferences the superintendents plan to hold across the state this month.
Finally, the 4th annual Teacher Trot 5K race and fun run presented by Hendrick Toyota of Wilmington is Saturday, May 7th. The event will begin at 8 a.m. and will be held at Ashley High School. Proceeds raised from the event will help support NHCS staff wellness and student physical education programs. Registration costs are $25 for adults and $15 for students. Race day registration will be $30 and will begin at 7 a.m. at the Ashley track. To register online, visit the school system's website at www.nhcs.net and click on the Teacher Trot icon. Many schools will form teams and compete for awards that include Most School Spirit and Most Participation. In addition, awards will be given to the top 3 finishers in the following categories: age groups, best overall, and teams.
Now, when your school news continues, we have an exciting lunch menu forecast.
Plus, coming up in the next 60 seconds, we'll have reports on Pine Valley Elementary holds annual 24-hour Skype-a-thon. Hoggard High School students named the ACT College Readiness Scholar for North Carolina, and New Hanover County Schools TV airs a special program on kids making it.
This is Your School News on cable and online. Look for our blue logo for all the latest news online at www.nhcs.net. Please friend NHCS TV on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Hey, this job looks perfect. It says you need people skills?
Check.
Driver's license?
Check.
And a high school diploma. You got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
You are good to go.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Body language. Without saying a word, can tell you so much. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
Welcome back to your school news. Pine Valley Elementary School participated in a 24-hour Skype-a-thon. The class began their marathon of 33 Skype sessions with students from 27 countries across the globe. With a complete report of YSN reporter Bobby Blue.
Have you ever wanted to travel the world? Students at Pine Valley Elementary School got the opportunity through the second annual 24-hour Skype-a-thon, organized by Skype master teacher Beverly Ladd. This year's Skype-a-thon began at 6 a.m. on Thursday and lasted until 6 a.m. on Friday. The students participated in 33 Skypes with 37 classes in 26 countries in 24 hours.
So there's 10 other classes besides the 3 classes that are Skyping the whole 24, and they're coming in throughout the day and for our 30-minute check-in time and Skyping a country. So during the day from 8 to 2:30, you'll have classes at Pine Valley that are Skyping.
During the day, classes that participated in the Skype-a-thon rotated through global lessons and activities taught by teachers at Pine Valley and students from the University of North Carolina at Wilmington's Watson College of Education. AIG students from Winter Park Elementary School, along with Pine Valley AIG classes, were also part of 4 Skype sessions to learn with their peers around the world about the global issues that impact them, their schools, communities, and countries.
What we've been doing is Skyping other people around the world, and we've been learning like how they get health care and education and all that kind of stuff.
I've learned that in a lot of different countries, it's not as different as what you think it might be. They have a lot of the same things.
We've been blogging about it, Google Driving it, and we've been journaling. We've been putting in our journals.
It was an exciting adventure for everyone at Pine Valley, and one the students and staff will be talking about for years. Reporting for Your School News, this is Bobby Blue.
Carolina Beach Elementary students visited the Cape Fear Museum to learn about the laws of motion. The students learned about the use of force on an object to keep it in motion. The students taped balloons full of air onto a piece of light pipe which was on a string, and when the countdown was over, the students released the balloon and watched it go flying down the string. They learned how Newton's laws are involved in our everyday lives. They discovered that Newton's law tied into almost everything we see in everyday life. These laws tell us exactly how things move or sit still, like why you don't float out of bed or fall through the floor of your house. The Carolina Beach students learned that Newton's laws control how cars work, how water flows, how buildings don't fall, and basically how everything around us moves. Museum staff described to the students the relationship between a body and the forces acting upon it, and its motion in response to those forces. To verify the laws, students performed many common experiments that help them learn how and why objects move when forces are applied to them.
Dedrion D. Davis, a senior in the state program at Hoggard High School, was recently named the ACT College Readiness Scholar for North Carolina. He was recognized as a special event as part of the 4th annual ACT College and Career Readiness Campaign. Only one exemplary student in each participating state received an academic scholarship from ACT. Dedrion will now be considered for the ACT National Scholarship awarded in June 2016. Dedrion is planning for a career in business marketing. He has been accepted to multiple schools and plans to attend Winston-Salem State University in the fall.
For its April 2016 edition, the New Hanover County Schools TV show Diversity Matters welcomed to the studio James Jimmy Pierce, founder and CEO of Kids Making It Woodworking Program. Kids Making It is a nationally recognized nonprofit youth program whose goal is to teach woodworking, life, and entrepreneurial skills to at-risk youth from age 8 into young adulthood. Through the design-build process, kids making it youth learn patience, pride, perseverance, confidence, teamwork, and self-esteem, character, and the truth of actions and consequences. The Kids Making It Real shop allows program participants to sell their work, teaching them the rewards of hard work. You can watch this Diversity Matters episode online and right here on the Learning Network.
Finally, the Coddington Kindergarten and first grade students sang songs that they learned in music class for a recent PTA meeting. Under the direction of music teacher Mary Tyndall and UNCW teaching intern Marisa Zimmerman, the students presented a musical extravaganza. The young singers performed 5 musical numbers with accompaniment by select students on piano, xylophones, rhythm sticks, drums, and the all-important triangle. Their rendition of Woody Guthrie's classic children's song, I'm Gonna Mail Myself to You, featured special accompaniment by UNCW intern on acoustic guitar. It was a great evening for everyone as the students sang with all their hearts Starlight, Starbright, and a big audience favorite, Doggy Doggy, Where's Your Bone? It was a great night for everyone at Coddington.
Now don't go away. Coming up, the school district announces the 2016 high school graduation schedule.
Plus, we have a look at education across the nation, an education index, and what's on tap for lunch with the Lunch Bill of Fare.
Your school news will continue after the break.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes Brahms!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblams, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
My cell phone number and John's cell phone number. Hey, pretty. And the number of the restaurant where we're going to be. And, oh, I've left you my pager number, too, just in case, because you never know. John, you have the gift?
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400.
Anything should happen. Please don't hesitate.
The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn the signs. Go to autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back to Your School News. It's time for our Education Index, a look around the nation and the world at some of the top stories in education. Topping the index. Minority students are less likely to be identified with autism, but most research into effective educational interventions has concerned white, English-speaking males with autism, prompting questions about whether some interventions touted as evidence-based are really the best fit for students who come from different backgrounds. Researchers looked at 408 peer-reviewed published studies of evidence-based practices for autism intervention. The majority of those studies, 335, didn't report the race, ethnicity, or nationality of their subjects at all, even though most of the research was conducted on a single test subject. Of the 73 studies where race was among the factors noted, 63.5% of the participants were white. Multiracial participants made up 20.6%, while 6.8% of study subjects were Black, 5.2% were Asian, and 2.5% were Hispanic. At the start of the new year, more than 3,000 school-age teams of robotics students waited anxiously for the challenge that would consume weeks of their creativity. With the challenge in hand, students set about preparing for an 8-week competition schedule that culminates later this month as teams come together in St. Louis to compete in the first Robotics World Championships. After 26 years, the nonprofit organization hasn't let up on growth, pushing to inspire more and more students around the world to pursue their passions in science and technology. FIRST Robotics, once a largely after-school program, is now being pushed as part of classroom curriculum. Finally, the White House hosted the 6th and final Science Fair last week. Students attending this year's Science Fair tackled some of our nation's greatest challenges, from combating climate change to uncovering new ways to fight cancer, to discovering ways to reach farther beyond our atmosphere as part of the Mars generation. 6 years ago, President Obama made history by hosting the first ever White House Science Fair. Over the past 5 years, the president has invited students to bring their robots, rockets, solar-powered cars, and many other discoveries to the White House, where he's honored these outstanding students the same way we honor the winners of the Super Bowl. And that's this week's Education Index, a quick look at some of the interesting education stories from around the nation and the world. Now don't go away, we'll be right back with the Lunch Bill of Fare. This is your school news on cable and online. Look for our blue logo for all the latest news online at www.nhcs.net. Also check out NHCS TV on Facebook and Twitter.
Batteries and flashlight. Okay, you know what?
That guy? Look.
Okay, girls, 3 o'clock.
What is he looking at? They're looking at us. What do you think?
Oh, that's so obvious. Captain Obvious has scored again. Over here, say something.
Oh, he's rolling his minute down.
Hi. Hi.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
When you see and hear the following statement just before your favorite program,
The following program is made possible with the support of
pay attention, because the messages and announcements that follow give credit to our corporate and community partners who are making a great business investment by showing their backing for the students and schools here in New Hanover County. Please show your support to our underwriters whose names and logos are associated with the shows produced by New Hanover County Schools Television by saying thank you when you enter their places of business or visit their offices. For those businesses and organizations that would like to join our roster of underwriters and benefit from the corporate sponsorship of one of our programs, then give us a call at 254-4106. And thanks again to all our sponsors and those who support them.
Welcome back to your school news. It's time now for this week's Lunch Bill of Fare. Our lunch menu specialist is standing by in the newsroom with this week's school lunch menu, so parents, students, teachers, and everyone working with the New Hanover County school system can plan their lunchtime options.
Thanks, and welcome to this week's Lunch Bill of Fare. We've got a great menu this week with lots of international cuisine, so let's take a look at this week's menu. On Tuesday, April 26th, have a nice school-cooked meal of chicken and waffles, Salisbury steak with a biscuit, or buffalo chicken pizza. To wrap up the meal, there is red skin mashed potatoes with gravy, California vegetables, or fresh fruit. On Wednesday, April 27th, have a fantastically good time at lunch and enjoy either a buffalo chicken wrap, corn dog nuggets, or a bacon cheeseburger. Along with those tasty treats, enjoy pasta salad, glazed carrots, garden salad, and spiced apples. On Thursday, April 28th, experience an amazing lunch with a beefaroni with breadstick, chicken fajita with Spanish rice, or a chicken filet sandwich. Choose from an assortment of sides including Great Northern beans, veggie steaks, or fresh fruit. On Friday, April 29th, enjoy one of the 3 main entrees of a popcorn chicken with a roll, meatball hoagie, or pork chop sandwich. The delicious sides include a choice of mac and cheese, broccoli with cheese, garden salad, or applesauce. For our weekend tip, we recommend making some pre-prepared healthy snacks. Some fruits and vegetables require prep work. This can make them hard to grab on the go. For fruits like these, take some time to make a small bag of fruits for a healthy snack on a busy day. Back to school. On May 2nd, start the week off with chicken parmesan sandwich, beef taco with Spanish rice, and French bread pizza. On the side, enjoy barbecue pinto beans, loco romaine salad, and a frozen fruit cup. Now recapping this week's lunch menu. On Tuesday, we have the delicious chicken and waffles. On Friday, the New York classic meatball hoagie hits the cafeteria. Your sides throughout the week consist of veggie sticks, glazed carrots, and applesauce. That's this week's Lunch Bill of Fare. I'm Louis Behar saying to remember, eat healthy at home and at school. Now back to you.
Thanks. Don't forget, you can also catch the Lunch Bill of Fare during the morning show here on the Learning Network and get lots of healthful nutrition information online at www.nhcs.net/nutrition. Now don't go away. Coming up, our school district announcements, the 2016 high school graduation schedule.
So,
I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to Your School News. We close our show with the announcement many seniors in the county have been waiting for. New Hanover County Schools has released its official 2016 high school graduation ceremonies schedule.
If you are a member of the class of 2016, you will want to pay close attention to this schedule.
We start with our 3 non-traditional high schools. Isaac Bear Early College High School students will graduate on May 28th at the Bernie Center on the UNCW campus at 10 a.m. Wilmington Early College High School will also hold their ceremony on May 28th. Their ceremony will be held at 1 p.m. in the Cape Fear Community College Humanities and Fine Arts Center. Finally, the Career Readiness Academy Mosley Performance Learning Center will hold its ceremony at Snipes Academy of Art and Design on June 10th at 7 p.m.
Now, the 4 traditional high school graduation ceremonies are scheduled for Saturday, June 11th at Trask Coliseum on the campus of the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. Hoggard High School ceremony will be at 9 a.m., New Hanover High School ceremony will be at 12:30 p.m., Laney High School ceremony will be at 4 p.m., and Ashley High School will close out the day with their ceremony at 7:30 p.m.
Finally, summer school graduation will be held on Thursday, August 18th at 7 p.m. in the auditorium of Snipes Academy of Art and Design.
To review the complete graduation schedule, you can go to the school system's website at www.nhcs.net.
Well, that does it for this edition of Your School News. Recapping some of our main stories. North Carolina Department of Public Instruction kicked off their public comment session for Every Student Succeeds Act. Original member of the Greensboro 4 gave Murray students a lesson in civil rights. And April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, which means don't text and drive.
Remember, Your School News is on cable and online. Don't forget to start your morning with our light and lively morning show weekdays at 6 a.m. I'm Leah Schwagel.
And I'm Gabrielle Allende Tuamezon. On behalf of the entire YSN crew, thanks for watching New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network.
Have a great day.